build your business if you have very little time. So, if you're like most people, you're out and about, you're doing network marketing part-time, but during the day, you probably work in a 9 to 5, you have a family, you have, a social life, church, other obligations. So how do we fit this whole thing in so that you can build a business and actually go where you want to go, but only on limited time? So if that has ever been something that you thought about for yourself, or perhaps maybe you're even getting the I have no time objection, it would kind of be good to know how to handle it. So maybe you've had this thought, or perhaps maybe you've had different people on your team that are like, hey, listen, I am so busy. I am working full time, maybe 60, 78 hours a week, and I'm trying to do this part-time. How do we do this? How do we make this whole deal work? Well, I'm going to tell you first and foremost, I believe that is a good thing. When I first got started building the company that I'm currently working with, I totally was doing it part-time. 9 to 5, I was out there building my credit card processing business. And you know what? During the little bits of time, during my lunch breaks, during my weekends, during my, the time that I had some evenings free, I was building the business. And you know what it does? It makes you very effective. It also helps you to have some posture when you're talking to people, because if you've ever been around someone and they are doing network marketing full time, one of the biggest problems that people have is they have no posture, because they have all the time in the world and they literally are throwing themselves at their prospects and they're wondering why nobody is signing up. They're like, man, I worked less and I got better results. So how does that work? Well, we're going to talk about some things that you can do that will help you to maximize your time, as well as, be able to fit it into that busy lifestyle. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and let's rock and roll. So first of all, I'm going to cover actually 7 different things that you can do to build your business when you have limited time. So the first one is that you want to be strategic. You want to get really, really clear on who it is that you're looking for that you want to work with, whether it be people in your organization, people in your team, or whether we're talking prospects. Now, a lot of times, one of the things that people do is they have an existing team of people and they literally are feeling like they have to drag their team with them to the top. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is not how you're going to build momentum in your team. So really getting strategic with where you're spending your time, be it new prospects or be it people in your existing team, is very, very crucial, because you obviously want to put your time where you're going to get results. We want a return on investment. So that is number 1. Number 2 is we want to focus on the vital behaviors. Okay. So typically, there's only a couple of things that are going to bring growth in your business, okay? Getting in front of the people that are your prospects, a key vital behavior. Helping launch the new people in your organization, another key vital behavior. Those 2 things are the main things that drive the business. So if during the time that you do have, you're doing those type of activities, it's going to really help you maximize your results in the business. A lot of times what people do is because they have all the time in the world and they really are uncomfortable getting down to the nitty gritty of where it happened, is they don't do that. They organize their product, they put labels on their stuff, they're learning their back office. Like, it cracks me up. Sometimes I see people and they're brand new and they're getting started and they're taking someone through orientation. They're like, we're going to go spend some time in the back office. I'm like, why? It doesn't help you. I mean, it's important to know where the basic things are, and that takes about 5 minutes. But the rest of everything we do is developing the skills and contacting people. And that's the name of the game. So that is very, very important. All right. So the next one is to recruit up. If there was one phrase that I could tell you about recruiting that has been revolutionary for me, it is that if you bring leaders, if you bring quality, they will bring you quantity. I don't know if you've ever experienced where you kind of feel like you have a revolving door. You're like, I keep slamming them in and they keep falling out the back end. What do I do? Quality. Quality is the name of the game. When I talk about quality, what are we talking about? We're talking about people that are stable people. They want more out of life and they're willing to do something about it. People that, they're upwardly mobile. Maybe they're business minded already. Maybe they own their own business. Maybe they're self-employed. Maybe they do some type of sales. Maybe, whatever it is, they already are kind of pushing in that direction anyways, and you're just kind of getting in the way of what they're already wanting to do. So if you can kind of jump in the flow of somebody that's already moving in that direction, totally awesome. The next thing, connectors, people that you know that are well networked. Now, sometimes these are people that you know, you have them on your list, and honestly, you may not know them very well. So it may be somebody that, you know, you met one time and it was a friend of a friend. Maybe it was someone that, I don't know, a minister that came to your church or whatever. I mean, it could be anybody. Connectors, typically good people that are connectors, hairdressers, barbers, coaches, pastors. Those are people that they know a lot of other people. And whether you know them well or not, they know a lot of people, and typically they've spent some time with those people so they can speak into their lives. So that is one thing right there. So definitely recruit app. Okay, so number 5, pre-qualify the people that you're talking to. So a lot of times we'll make our list, we'll have, 50, 100 people on our list, and then it kind of gets a little overwhelming. You're like, okay, do I start at the top and work my way down? What do I do? First and foremost, cherry pick. When you have a big list of connections, you want to cherry pick as you start going through those. So we're talking about looking for those high caliber quality people. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that if you have very limited time, like there's some people I know that, literally they are working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and they're doing this part-time to get out of that. But how do we bridge the gap? So we got to get super efficient with the time that we have. Pre-qualifying people is extremely powerful. Now, I'm going to preface this with saying that you have to have some posture if you're pre-qualifying. You have to feel good about your contact. If somebody is a nervous Nelly, pre-qualification is going to be a little bit challenging. Okay, so what is pre-qualification and how exactly does that work? You're talking to a prospect. You know they would be awesome. You're like, hey, listen, I'm working on a business project. I think you are top notch. I really appreciate all that you've done in XYZ business or church or whatever they've done that you like about that person. Say, hey, listen, I'm working on something. Looks like we can help some people and make some money. Just wanted to run it by you. Are you at a spot in your life where you keep your options open for making money outside of what you're doing? That's your pre-qualification sentence. Do you keep your options open for making money outside of what you do? If you use that one sentence, be prepared because they will give you an answer. There's only 3 answers you're going to get. You're either going to get yes, I'm open, no, I'm not open, or what do you have? And if I do that and I get yes or what, I'm like going right for an appointment. Now, if you are super strapped for time and you're like, listen, I only got 1 hour or 2 hours or something ridiculous to build my business with this week, and you could say, hey, listen, I'm going to send you a short video. It's about 10 minutes long. Send them your video overview. 10 minutes long, check it out. After you've had a chance to check it out, let's reconnect and I want to get your feedback. When you do that, you want to set up a follow-up time that you can be calling them back that they should have already watched the video by. Now, first and foremost, I would go for a one-on-one if you're able to do that. But if you can't and you're so pressed for time, go to option number 2 and use the video route. Okay. Number 6, this is a good one. Okay. People that are busy, people that don't have a lot of time, what you'll find is some people are very good at different elements of the business. Whether they're good at promoting, whether they're good at standing up in the front of the room and giving a presentation, whether they're good at connecting with the team, whether they're good at, hey, you know what, a new person joins, they're going to be the first person to get with them and do that person's launch plan, whatever it is. So one of the things that I would say is that if you can bring on leaders or use the existing leaders to fill in the gaps for you, that would be amazing. Okay, so what does that look like? If you have somebody and you know you're super busy, you got slammed with work projects and you're like, listen, I need a presentation. I know I have this leader in my team and they are a rock star presenter. Get that leader in your team to fill in the gap for you and do the presentation. Obviously, it has to be mutually beneficial, has to be something where they're going to benefit as well. But the more leaders, again, it comes back to getting those high caliber people. If you bring high caliber people in and they really want to rock this thing, they're really ready to rock and roll, it's no problem having them fill in the gap because it helps them and it helps you. So that is extremely powerful. All right, the last one. The last one is so important, and that is this. We have to get after it. Rarely does a leader come along, rarely does a person do something of great significance where they didn't have to push the envelope a little bit. They didn't have to get up a little early, stay up a little late, lose a few hours sleep, and really go out there and go for it 100%. If this is for you or for somebody that you know that's maybe a new, somebody you're prospecting, if we're in a situation where we have no time, I'm gonna tell you, out of everything we have, hands down, time is our most precious resource. Why? Money you can get more of, time you can't. Once it's gone forever. So if we're constantly exchanging our time for dollars, it's not a good use. It's not a good use of your life. I mean, this is your life. This is something we can never get back ever again. So our goal is to get out of that situation as fast as we possibly can. How are we going to do this? We got to build this, quick and strong. How does a plane get off the ground? When you think about an airplane and they're taking off, they're not just like kind of moseying down the runway. What does the pilot do? He goes full throttle, he goes all in, and he gets that plane up to a certain kind of altitude, and then you feel it lift off the ground. And that is exactly what will happen to your business. Too many times I see people that are doing it, they're doing it part-time, they're trying to squeeze it in, but they never get enough momentum to get off the ground. The whole, oh, I'm still hanging in there, oh, I haven't give up, oh, I haven't quit. That's not going to get you to the finish line. What's going to get you to the finish line is going full throttle, going all out, sacrificing a little bit here and there, but only for a season. You just have to do it for a season. And when you do, and you get that lift in your business, you have those leaders that are building out the infrastructure in your team, your life will never be the same. I mean, it's been an amazing experience for me and my husband. Prior to doing this, we've done all sorts of crazy different things, but specifically before we got started, I was doing credit card processing. I was out there cold calling. And you know what? This business was the biggest breath of fresh air because it allowed me to get away from something that I really didn't want to do anyways. It wasn't a lot of fun. So go out there, build it hard, get your freedom, and then you can do whatever you want. You can travel the beaches of the world. You can have more time with your kids. You can have more time with your spouse. It really allows you the mental freedom to do what it is that you want to do. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If this added some value, definitely feel free to share and pass it on. One other thing is, one of the ways that I know better than anything else to be strategic is to be able to do something where you are fitting it into the nooks and crannies of your life. You are doing it on your lunch break. You are doing it at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night when half the world is asleep. And that is using social media. How can you capitalize on this asset that you have your hands on? There's so many people that market their business on social media, and quite frankly, a lot of times they repel the people that they're trying to attract because they don't know what they're doing. So if you would like to learn more about how to attract people to you on social media, then I have something that will help. If you click on the link that's listed in the description, you are going to get a free download. Basically, you put in your email, it'll go right to your email address, and it's something that will teach you the fundamentals. It'll teach you the basic principles of how to attract people to you with 4 specific key elements. So get that. It's my free gift to you. I hope you enjoy it. Guys, it's so great to see you. Take care, be blessed, get the free gift, and I will see you all next time.
For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summergeronimo.com.